All right. So Ricardo Rivera says, "Hi, Father. Who are you talking about God with the youth on these days? Since they are very influenced by the media on these days, how our church are dealing with that?" Um, yeah, I think probably maybe how are you talking about God with the youth these days? Yeah. Ooh, that's a profound question. Um, hmm. There are probably three things that I really try to keep in mind or focus on whenever I'm dealing with youth. And of course, we have in the high school or in Shock, our youth group, in middle school and high school. And then also we've got the campus ministry here. Um, and I think the first thing to deal with is that, this lack in faith, it's different than many of the challenges beforehand. Before, when people had difficulties with their faith, it was more on the idea of, well, should I believe this particular teaching of the church, or should I be, Catholic or Protestant? But what has begun to happen now is that it's a battle against faith and secularism, or faith and atheism, or at least agnosticism. And that is really more of a philosophical battle. And so I try to really kind of teach them about the fundamental philosophical things. What is reality? How do we know reality? Is God real? Those types of things are the things that I focused on first and foremost with the youth, and then build from there. The second part is, kids are smart. Young people are intelligent, and their brains they just soak up everything. And so I try to challenge them. I intentionally, whenever I teach young people, teach just barely above what I think they can actually get. And I do that for two reasons. First off, because they are being taught in their schools, and in the media, and by all of these different people, that God is not real, by people who claim that they are intelligent, or who are in positions in which they should be the well-educated and the wise. Um, and so if I talk at a high level to them, then that helps them to recognize, wow, all of these people who claim to be intelligent, they say that only unintelligent people believe in God. But here's my priest who seems to be an intelligent person, and he definitely believes in God. And so maybe what these other people are telling me isn't true. And then that begins to break that relationship of trust between the people who are feeding them atheism, and allows them to really begin to search for the truth of God on their own. And then the last thing that I focus on is really trying to be authentic with the young people. I just go there and I try and be myself. And I make sure that myself is a priest that's trying to be faithful, trying to be holy, and that really believes. And just being around them and being authentic, I have found ends up being very powerful, because young people, they see fake all the time, and our society as a whole is done with fake, right? That's why fake news was such a big thing. We're done with fake. And so if you can just go and be real, you end up having the ability to really impact these young people who are just looking for something authentic. Great. A really good question there, Ricardo. That made me think.